Hi, and welcome to Geology. This is Miss Sparks. Today we are going to enter into talking about the rock cycle. So we've spent some time talking about igneous, we've spent time talking about sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. And so clearly all three of them are somewhat connected. And so we're going to really hone in on how you can change one into the next and then into the next. So they can go through a cycle. And that's where we kind of introduce all these different cycles into this class. So starting with one that more than likely you've probably already talked about before. So once again, igneous rocks have to do with temperature and just how much energy is moving through a system, which causes the rocks to melt, and then how they solidify, how they cool off and reform those crystals. And we can have intrusive and extrusive igneous rocks, where intrusive we can either have fine grain all the way up to phaneritic, which is extremely large crystals, and extrusive we can have pretty much aphanetic, which is just no crystals are present at all because the magma has cooled really fast. Then we can have sedimentary rocks, which have to do with compaction and cementation, so sediments that have been weathered down either due to wind or rain or snow or some type of water type of environment where the sediments have been broken down into different grain size and then glued together or cemented together. And then finally, the last one is our metamorphic rocks, which has to do with pressure and temperature. And these normally have like a parent rock, meaning that more than likely it started out as either igneous, a sedimentary, or even a metamorphic rock. And it's been pushed under a whole bunch of pressure and temperature, and it has been metamorphosed. It's been changed. So I always think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were metamorphosed as they kind of move through. So today is a station activity that we're going to be working on. So as you can see in our class right here, depending on now which one you're in, that's fine. I'm just going to go right to my virtual students, but if you are at home, it will show up the same too. And we're going to pop down to the rock cycle station assignment. So this is a little bit more lengthy and you're going to have a little bit of time to work on it, but there is kind of you have to jump back and forth from a Google side or a PowerPoint and then also a Kami document. So I just kind of wanted to show you how that looked like. So I would first pull up the Kami document. And this is going to be our answer sheet where you're going to put your answers in. And those of you who have had me before have seen these type of task cards. It would be just how I would have it set up around the classroom and how things kind of work with that. So our rock cycle task cards, we're going to be looking at a section called Explore It, a section called Write It, and a section called Illustrate It, where you will get to draw and just use your drawing tools over here. It's fine. I'm okay with how it looks. I want you to save this one for last, the Assess It. There is a reading section and then a research and then an organize and watch it. So a couple different sections here. So that's one slide that you're going to have to open up. So you might want to like almost make two different sections opened just to kind of help you out with it. So as you can see, I'm going to do like almost a double screen. And then the other thing we're going to open here is the station work. And this is going to actually, now you guys have Chromebooks instead of a laptop like me, so you might just have to download it into a Google side. It should work for you though. And you're just going to open it up, and then it runs best if you put it in present mode. So make sure you do that. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at it and it's going to look kind of strange. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. And this is where you're going to have to kind of jump back and forth. But as you can see, like imagine this is the classroom. And you can see it kind of gives directions here. The screens are linked to, so you can click and work at the station. When you're done, save and come back to the lab room. As you finish, drag and click. You don't have to do this unless you want to. So let's say, for example, I'm going to start with the Read It section, and it's going to bring me right to an assignment. And so we're just going to read through this piece of information that is going through the cycle. Make sure you go all the way through. And then you're one or two things. I think it would be easiest, and if you want to print this out, you can too. So I was at the Read It section, so I'm going to go down to the Read It section here, and there should have been questions that went along with that. Let's see here. There they are. So then you're just going to fill in your answers. So according to the passage, what type of rock do most rocks start out as? Is it igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic, or magma? So go back to the reading if you need to. You can probably just even go up here. And there are three main types. Most rocks on the earth begin as igneous rocks. So our first one would be A. So you would jump over to your CAMI document and do a little text box and put A. Voila. And so you're going to do that. This is going to take a little bit of time. So once you've done the reading section, then you will just move back on. And the easiest way to do that through, once again, I'm out of the present, is continue to part 2, continue to questions. And once you've gotten all the way there, unfortunately you can't edit it right there, which I know would be nice to do, but that's okay. You just go back and be like, okay, I've done Read It. Now let me go, once again, save Assess It for last. So maybe you're going to organize it. And then this one here, what I would do is drag them in, or you can cut and copy it or take a picture of it, however you want, to kind of go back through. So they want you to kind of match them. So fossils are present. That would be a sedimentary rock. Whoopsie. Went too far. So, and once again, this isn't going to allow you to click and drag. So there is going to have to be like some typing with that, which I know isn't perfect, but I really do feel like this is a good activity that works really well. So the biggest challenge with this one is just that you're going to have that PowerPoint up, as well as your CAMI document to kind of help answer those questions. So hopefully this was helpful. Have a good day.